All right, well, that wraps up bold topics. Let's get into our last segment, Greg. We appreciate you, your time and all the fun and all the great insights you always have. But let's get to this last segment, which is we got to ask, but you don't got to fucking answer. You can tell us fuck off if you want. But we'll shoot you with some of our best questions yet, man. Everyone's seen the viral photo of you at the McCaffrey wedding. Our intern is getting married, hopefully sometime soon. Do you have any advice for him and him alone on the 5 must-haves at a good wedding? Because it looks like you are a pro at weddings.
Number one's me. I mean, let's just be honest. I just want to be clear here. For anyone potentially getting married, there's a lot of people saying it. I don't say it, but there's a lot of people saying it. Like, if you want it to be memorable and you want there to be great energy and great camaraderie and fellowship and moments, like, I'm at the top of the list.
Send the invite, Trav. Send the invite, Trav.
No, listen, there's no, we don't do pity invites. There's no pressure. We don't do pity invites. Listen, you want guys that bring it and have a lot of fun and can dance with grandma or the bride or the bridesmaid or we're very, very, it's like the tight end position. We're very multiple. We're very versatile. A lot of different music. We can go Journey. We can go Rihanna. we can do a lot of different things. We can karaoke if it gets crazy. Had a lot of fun at McCaffrey's wedding, as you saw.
As you can see, yeah. A lot of good dudes there.
Oh, all time. We had a blast. It was like a reunion. All right, so 5 must-haves at a wedding from the guy's perspective, from the groom's perspective.
Yes, guys.
Yeah, so music runs the show. So I would say, number 1, don't go too long on the ceremony.
There you go.
Like, you got to do the ceremony and you got to have your moment and your love, but like, everyone's really excited to get to the cocktail hour.
Yep, everyone's excited.
Don't lose the energy.
Yeah, so let's find the balance between like honoring each other and getting this thing started off the right way, but also realizing why everybody came. So let's not go too long on the ceremony. Number 2, like cocktail hour's got to be incredible. While bride and groom, while you guys are off taking pictures and doing your thing, like, we need to have great cocktails. We need to have great finger foods. Everyone's hungry, right? I want a little sushi. I want a little shrimp cocktail.
Nice.
I want like really good little like finger crab cakes. I think cocktail hour really sets the tone. The music, I think you can go either way. I've seen great like big bands that can play anything, multiple different singers, and it's awesome. DJs can also work great. Music is critical. You got to keep people out there. You got to keep people engaged on the dance floor. I don't even know how many things I just gave. Was that 3?
That's 4. Give us one more.
That's 4. All right. So one more. Yeah. And this sounds cheesy, but like, you just got to have your people there, right? Like, you got to have your people that you want to share this moment with, because you're going to wake up the next morning for breakfast and meet your family and friends, and you're going to reminisce. It's like college, right? You wake up after the night before. The best part was talking about the night before and rehashing all the moments and all that. So you want to make sure you have your people there that mean a lot to you, that you want to share hopefully the best day of your life with, and be able to live. Oh, and film it. I regret not filming my wedding. We did a photographer, no videographer. And I regret it. I would love to be able to show my kids, my wife and I's wedding. We only have photos. Big regret. So I'm actually going to move that. Like, besides me, I'm going to move that like way up the list. Way up the list. Get that shit on video.
There we go. Take notes, Brandon. All right. Who was the more eccentric quarterback? Jay Cutler or Cam Newton?
Oh, wow. That's a great question. So my understanding of what that word, of what like eccentric means, I'd say Cam.
Yeah.
Jay wasn't necessarily eccentric as much as he was just Jay, right? Like, Jay had and the one thing about Jay is he was pretty consistent. Like, you knew what you were going to get. He was a good teammate. He worked hard. He was tough. I always had a great relationship with Jay. Not everyone did. He wasn't for everyone. The personality, there was a little abrasive. Me and Jay always had a great relationship. He was always great to me and my family. We had a lot of good moments together in our short time, the couple years that we played before I got traded. So I have nothing but good things to say about Jay in a lot of ways. Cam was Cam. I mean, you see it now, right? You turn on First Take and he's got the gear and the hats. He's always had his little flair from the time he got drafted, right? It started with the little, he had like a little like I don't know if it was it was like a tail of some sort, like you would hang out. What was it?
It was a
It was like a
foxtail.
rabbit's foot. A foxtail.
Foxtail, baby.
So you cool guys, yeah, I can't wear foxtails. I'll tell you what, Trav, you could probably get away. Like, there's very few guys that can wear what Cam wears. I think Trav, to a degree, like
He can pull it off.
people would look at me and be like, "That guy's a douchebag." I think people would look at Trav
No way,
and be
dude.
like, "That dude's fucking cool. Like, I want to hang with that guy." So,
That's right.
but no, Cam.
Dude, if Cam's
was-
coming out with a line of the top hats and the suits and the scarf, if he's coming out with a line, I'm fucking getting
I need one of the hats.
50% of
I
that
need
shit.
the Sam Newton hat for sure.
easily.
All right, so I actually own like 4. They're called Mashika. Free plug, not a part of
Whoa,
it.
Nice.
okay, Mashika. All right.
So Cam bought so many of the hats that he ended up like either buying the company or investing in the company. I don't know the exact
Nice.
specifics. Yeah, so I actually have a few. Some were gifted to me. One at Cam's Super Bowl party years ago in Atlanta.
That's dope.
Epic.
There's a confident element to that. Answer your question, Cam, and I mean that in like the most loving and endearing way, because I've been very consistent in my messaging about Cam's impact on my career and our relationship and friendship. Like, I love Cam for who he is.
Yeah.
And but he is who he is.
Nice. Well, using a former teammate, fill in the blank. People forget that blank was a problem.
Oh man. That's a great question, right?
Could be
Like,
college, could be NFL.
man, that's a great. I think back to, in college in the NFL, I think of like a guy like Devin Hester, but I don't think people forgot that he's amazing. You know who I'm going to say? Because I saw him last night, and I think he's a perfect answer for this, is Frank Gore.
Nice.
I think-
Very
fucking
good answer.
dog.
Will Frank be in the Hall of Fame? Maybe. I don't know. But I'll tell you what. Anyone who's watched football, studied football, knows anything about football, he would be on a very short list of guys that probably has universal respect from every player, teammate, coach who's ever seen him. And I got to spend some time with him last night at the Miami game.
So
And
cool,
he was a
man.
teammate of mine for a couple of years in college. So I'm going to go with Frank because
That's a great
some of the other
answer.
stars that I've played with, Cam and Luke Kuechly and Steve Smith and Devin Hester and Brian Urlacher and Julius Peppers and these Hall of Fame guys that I played with, I don't know, like people remember them. I don't think people appreciate how amazing Frank was. And so he's my answer.
It's a
I
great
hear you,
answer.
man.
I will say people
Thank you.
definitely don't appreciate how much of a physical freaking specimen Julius Peppers is, though. And his voice. Like this dude, the way, like, Julius Peppers, yeah. Like, it was like, what in the, this, like, the Predator is just on the field playing a football game right now. Like, this is ridiculous.
No, but you know that meme online where like people say like for every like and they like slowly make the guy's head bigger or like every time I saw Julius Peppers, he grew 3 inches.
It was insane.
Like I saw him early in my career when he was in Carolina and I was like, oh my God, this guy, he's like 6'5", he's a freak. And then
Yes.
I played with him in Chicago and it felt like he was 6'7". And then I played with him again. He came back to Carolina and I feel like he was 7 feet tall. Like every time I saw him, the biggest guy in the world got bigger.
Yeah. How is it possible?
Insane. dude.
He's insane.
All right. Very important next question. It's Girl Scout cookie season officially.
Oh,
Top 3. Go.
Thin Mint.
Love it.
Thin Mint.
Thin Mint.
Thin Mint.
Just all thin. Just
I'm
all thin. right there.
hammering
Clean
Thin
sweep
Mints.
of Thin Mints.
Yeah, I'm hammering. Like I'm not even opening. I mean, if you give me any of the what's the like the real like famous original one, it's like the cracker, like the white.
I know what you're
beige-ish
talking about.
Blue box,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
It's like the traditional like safe one people would like dip in
like
their
the
tea.
vanilla
cookie.
one. It's
the sugar.
Yeah,
cookie,
like
yeah.
it's like a
basically.
vanilla cookie. Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
that is called. I mean, if there's a box there, I'll eat the whole box. I'm not saying I'm too good for it,
Right.
but I'm picking Thin Mint like 1,000 out of 1,000.
Thin Mint is great, but there's something weird. Have you noticed that there's like there's like 2 different Thin Mints depending on which Girl Scout area you're in? Maybe
No.
I'm too neat. Maybe I'm
You're
too deep in the
deep.
weeds.
You're
I'm too
deep in
the
it.
weeds on Girl Scout cookies.
There's like an Illuminati apparently of
Well,
Girl
there's one-
Scouts.
There's the one Thin Mint that almost has like a softer mint in the middle of it, where it's like a.
Interesting.
But then there's the other one that's like a harder one. I like the hard one. Like I don't know which one you're on.
I don't. To be honest with you, I'm not sure if
Can't
I
even
even
tell
know the difference.
All right. Never mind
But
then.
all I know is the whole sleeve is gone.
Is in your mouth.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah, we were tag-alongs, Thin Mints, and then the what was the coconut one?
It was
They
like a
used to call them
caramel.
Samoas.
It was a Camaro.
But
It was
then
a caramel like drizzle on top, dude. I'm not gonna lie, those things are cracked. Those things got me hooked right now.
They called them Samoas, but then I think the Samoas got canceled.
Caramel
They called it
Delights.
something different.
Caramel Delights.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll eat them all. I'm not too good for a cookie.
Yeah, I
I'll
hear
eat
you,
them
dude.
all.
I hear you, dude. Give me a glass of milk. Let's cook.
Oh man.
Be honest, as the guy who called Super Bowl 57, how sick of the Kelce family were you on game day?
Let me say this. That was a really cool week. As a guy who like has two brothers and grew up with them and like played together, fought with them, fought against each other, all that. Like we got to sit down and do, I don't know if you guys remember, we sat down and did that cool piece for the pregame show.
Hell yes.
That was awesome, even though you guys made me late because you were filming this. But it's fine. It was worth it. That's when you first told me you were going to have me on the show. And that was like 3 years ago, but it's fine. Apparently I changed my number. It's the same place that my invite is. But anyway, no, man, I thought it was so cool. Like, in all seriousness, like seeing you guys have all of that culminate to play each other, be so willing to like openly and share it with the world, share it with me, which was cool. And then like your parents and your mom and your families, like it's been cool to watch you guys have like your separate deal and then like over time bring you together and have like that moment. I think watching after the game, the emotions of like, yeah, my brother won, but everyone who has a brother, anyone who has a sibling for that matter, knows the feeling of like, I want what's best for me, but if I don't get it, I'd rather you get it. Right. So like there's this weird, so like watching all of that
100%.
play out on the world stage that week, like I thought it was awesome, man. And I think the way you guys have handled all of it and your relationship and your families, and you have the second biggest podcast in the family, which is cool. I think is pretty awesome. So no, if I was sick of the Kelces, I wouldn't be sitting here for the last, I don't even know how long.
Touche.
You're the best.
All right. What's the worst game you've ever called?
Wow. I've called some clunkers.
Oh man.
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I called a really bad game this year. What was it? Oh, it was towards the end of the season. Oh, Minnesota. I want to say Minnesota went to Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
J.J. McCarthy got hurt the week before, so they started the rookie Brosmer. And again, I'm not knocking the kid because a lot of guys have looked bad going to Seattle. And I can't recall exactly off the top of my head, but I want to say Minnesota had like 50 yards the whole game, maybe less. And by the second quarter, you're looking at my partner, Joe. We're just looking at each other like, I got nothing. I got nothing. I got nothing.
What do you do in that situation? How do you weather that and keep the excitement there? You just gotta.
The rule of thumb, and I don't think there's any like, again, by no means am I an expert. I haven't been doing this very long, but like, I think our rule of thumb is get to like halftime. Up till halftime, regardless of what the score is, make it about the game, make it about the teams, make it about the matchup, make it about the personalities and whatever. Second half, when it's 35-6, it's 35-0, and it's over, you start zooming out and you have all these things, you call it like a bucket. Like we got to empty the bucket. We got playoff standings. We've got coach of the year. We've got trends around the league. And you just turn into like a daytime radio show, right? And sometimes it goes really off the rails and you start just talking about complete nonsense and you kind of like black out, you're like Will Ferrell in Old School. And you're like, you don't even know what you just said.
We're going streaking.
So those games are the toughest. That's like every broadcaster's worst nightmare is when they assign the games and it's like, you got a really good team and a really bad team. You're like, I'd rather call a game with two bad teams because all we want is competitive.
Yeah, right.
So the games that get multi-score at the end and there's no drama, those are not typically the ones that you want to call.
Makes sense.
I love it, man. We got tight end you coming up this offseason yet again. It's getting bigger and bigger, man. Last year was one of my favorites. I can't imagine how this thing's going to keep getting bigger, but Just in terms of the guys, what new guys do you want to see at tight end U this year?
Yeah, good question. I want to see, we were talking about the Rams. We always get Colby Parkinson has had a great year, has made some big time plays.
The Carolina
made
game,
the game-winning play against Carolina. Terrence Ferguson's the young rookie. I want to say he's from Oregon. He's super dynamic. He can run. He's downfield guy, kind of runs routes like a receiver. I'd love to see him live and in person. I think, and again, we can all sit here and say it's because of TEU. It probably is. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
But,
everyone heard my speech on Thomas Edison. No, I'm kidding. No, it wasn't even Thomas Edison. I can't even remember what it was.
It was inertia. You're doing one of the Newton's laws.
Inertia. Yeah,
Everyone
you blocked out. That's the way it should be. You blocked out. But, it's just so cool. And I think that's what's been so cool about TEU, right? And that's what I try to tell all these young guys when I try to encourage them to come. I'm like, guys, when are you ever at the front of the line going to have Travis and George and over the years, Mark Andrews and all these guys that have played for so long. And then at the back of the line, it's like the young, wide-eyed, undrafted free agent rookie who's never even seen an NFL field. And he's just so happy to be there. Like the fact that we have the top of the top, guys that haven't even started their journey yet. And for 2.5 days, everyone's in the same bucket. You're all in the same drills. You're all in the same conversations. You're all at the same parties. You're all in the same bar. Like you're all one and the same from a social, from a connection standpoint, from a fellowship, and then obviously from a football and the guys that you're able to pick their brains. And how does Travis warm up? How does George run his routes? What is he like in practice? Like watching guys' body language, watching guys' work ethic. Like it's just so unique. And then you look around the league and I would say the talent is as widespread and as deep as it's ever been. And I think that's so good for the league. It's so good, obviously, selfishly for the position. And the fact that TEU gets to play like a small little role in like elevating the position across the league. I know, you, George, and I, we all take a lot of pride in it.
Dude, we love it, man.
I think the entire position does.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys should. I mean, listen, I give George a lot of crap and National Tight End Day. I'm tired of made up holidays, but in all seriousness, it is crazy to think of what tight ends are in the modern day NFL and how important they are. Like all of the best offenses utilize these tight ends that can be hybrid blockers. They can go out and be a mismatch out at the receiver position. You can spread them out. All of the best offensive minds want these guys because they offer so many different things you can do formationally, schematically, mismatching, depending on what personnel the defense throws on the field. And it feels like tight end U has given this position a platform that it never really had before. And I know that was a reason that you guys all started this was, hey, we need to start coming together for all tight ends. We aren't respected enough. We don't earn the money that a lot of these other star positions do. And we should, because we're as valuable as that. How have you seen the position change on the national scale with tight end U?
Yeah, so I think tight end U certainly played a part of it. I do think the biggest difference between tight end when I came in the league in 2007 and the way it is now, right? So we're talking almost 20 years. Yeah. I think the biggest difference was tight end was always seen as the blue collar, the unsung hero, right? There were stars. Jason Witten was a star. Antonio Gates was a star. Tony Gonzalez was a star. Shannon Sharp, I was right on the tail end. So there was prominent players, but they weren't the face of the league, right? They were great players and Hall of Fame players, but they weren't the stars. It was a quarterback-driven league. It was a running back-driven league and wide receivers. Yeah. And then there was a handful of prominent defensive players, right? Brian Urlacher and Troy Polamalu and those guys, right? So you fast forward to now, and again, I'm not just saying this because Travis is on the pod. I'm not just saying it because he's my buddy and George and Gronk. The position of tight end over my career started being played by the faces of the league. They weren't just really good players. They were stars. The league was building the brand around these individual guys with Gronk and with Trav and with George. And now instead of it all being all quarterbacks on, the commercial for Sunday Night Football or the commercial for the Fox doubleheader, it was always, who are the two quarterbacks? Plaster them up there. The commercials, the guys we saw, that's very different nowadays. So on top of just having elevated roles on their teams, playing in postseason games, winning Super Bowls, being the best player in the Super Bowl, having the platform of football to play well at the position, and then just all the stuff that comes around it, the off the field, the elevating. I think all of that is high tide raises all ships, right? So I think it's been a combination of on and off the field elevation. And, obviously Trav's at the forefront of that. And he has been for years, and Gronk and obviously George. And it's just a different time where it's okay for the tight end to be the star of your team, the star of the league. And it wasn't always like that. But I give all these guys a lot of credit because they're really the tip of that spear.
Do you think that that's why we're maybe seeing some more divas at the tight end position than we've ever seen? Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Divas, podcast hosts. Yeah, I think that's part of it for sure.
We got a young man cooking over there in Chicago, man. Colson Loveland came out hot in Hard Knocks.
If I was these NFL teams, between Colson Loveland, between Aiden Hutchinson, right? Like, they should make every guy at the combine do a stand-up rookie song. Because right now,
okay.
Yeah, I was going on that. I was going on that angle. I was going like if you can get up in the room, especially as like a 6'5" white guy, and just crush it and just own the room, you have no choice to be really good. And all the boys are giving you high fives. You're instantly the man. Like, there's no greater feeling than walking out of that team meeting where you're like, I just owned that.
I mean, if anybody knows, you know, Greg.
Oh,
you might have started this whole thing.
Yeah. Good and bad. Let's just say my rookie show was better. Well, my post-college days were better.
Perfect.
And my weddings.
That's the way it's supposed to be. They're supposed to get better.
They got way better. Decision-making improved. We'll leave it at that.
I love it. All right. Well, this is we'll move it to our last question for you, G-Reg, man. What was your welcome to the NFL moment?
Yeah. So, and it's ironic because I work with them now, indirectly at Fox, but we had a home game my rookie year in 2007, and we had like a critical short yardage. It was like either third or fourth down, short yardage play at Soldier Field. I'm the Y, my hand's in the dirt. We're running, I don't know, power, whatever, inside. And Michael Strahan is playing like I don't know if he was in a 4-point stance, but it felt like he was like an 8-point stance. And he was playing 6 technique, right? So he was like on my head.
The worst.
But the worst. And like, you go too far inside and he just caves you down. You stay on his outside shoulder and he just presses you back. So I come off hard inside step and I'm like, I'm going to bring everything I got. Everything I got, I'm bringing it. Well, he like 2-gaps me. He locks me out, presses me, head in the hole. No. He takes me into the fullback, into the backside pulling guard.
Oh, no.
And I was like, I ran off the field.
Swab the hole.
And I'm like, guard, I don't care if you dislocate my elbow. You got to swab this thing, brother.
Get me out of this thing.
Because, as you got older, like, I don't know about you, like, I mean, I guess both you guys, but like, you're going and you kind of keep that inside arm out. You're like, hey, brother,
there's somebody coming. I don't want to get my elbow popped here.
I don't need to hyperextend my elbow for 3 yards.
Yeah.
If I'm going to break my arm, at least let it be downfield. But I'll tell you what, man, I came off the field that day and I was like, all right.
Well, that was different.
That wasn't great.
Yeah.
That wasn't great.
What are we doing as a coach? That's what we're tiling up? That's the dumbest thing. Like, what are we doing?
You can't give the ball to Johnny. I'm Johnny. You can't put me at the tight end. I'm the tight end.
Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, who are engaged, have managed to keep most of their wedding discussions under wraps. But every so often, a few details slip through, especially during the Kelce brothers' New Heights podcast. This week, the brothers, Travis and Jason Kelce, sat down with Greg Olsen, a former NFL star, who brought some lightheartedness and advice about wedding planning, hinting at what's been brewing behind the scenes. As the episode unfolded, there was immediate chatter about wedding invitations, with Olsen referring to his well-known appearance at Christian McCaffrey's recent wedding. Travis cleverly turned the conversation by pretending to seek advice for their intern who, with a smile, he claimed would be tying the knot soon. Instantly, the focus switched, and Jason couldn't resist teasing his brother, nudging Travis to make sure Olsen got an invite to his and Taylor's big day. Olsen, clearly enjoying the moment, made a joke about not wanting any pity invites, a phrase that sent Jason into fits of laughter, the room filling with energy. Olsen then dived into his personal list of what makes a wedding special. He insisted that music is the centerpiece, running the entire show and setting the tone, urging that the ceremony itself shouldn't drag on too long. It's about finding that sweet spot between honoring the couple's commitment and getting everyone ready for the celebration. If you're enjoying the inside scoop, don't forget to subscribe for more. He pointed out how easy it is for ceremonies to feel endless, but reminded everyone the real reason guests come is to celebrate, dance, and create memories. Olsen moved on to food and drinks, insisting that a wedding is nothing without excellent cocktails and bite-sized snacks that guests can enjoy without missing a beat on the dance floor. He made it clear that the right music, whether from a live band or a skilled DJ, could keep the party alive and everyone moving, sharing a laugh about how crucial it is to avoid an empty dance floor. He said music and food are what guests remember most, not how long the vows lasted or the color of the invitations. Another crucial point for Olsen was the guest list. He explained that a wedding should be about having your closest people around, those who genuinely matter to you, and how the day after the wedding becomes a trip down memory lane as everyone recalls the highlights and the funny moments. He even confessed to one regret from his own wedding, forgetting to have the day filmed, admitting that capturing those memories on video is something he wishes he'd done. As for Travis and Taylor's own plans, the brothers managed to keep actual dates and details a secret. But the way Travis engaged with the conversation showed he's not afraid to talk about the future or laugh about it with friends and family. Jason kept the banter going, making jokes about who'd get invited and who wouldn't, while Travis grinned through it, careful not to spill too much, but clearly comfortable with the topic being out in the open. The chemistry between the brothers and their guest kept the talk lively and honest, with playful jabs about the politics of sending invites and the importance of keeping things genuine. That Olsen's advice, though delivered with humor, reflected real experiences, and Travis seemed to take it all in stride, not denying or confirming anything, just letting the stories flow. The episode ended with a sense that, while the timeline for Taylor and Travis's wedding is still a closely guarded secret, the conversations happening now are a sign that plans are slowly coming together, even if the world doesn't know all the details yet.